DJ here, and this is Life Monsters with DJ. Remember to like, subscribe, and go back to listen to the previous episode. The first person I ever experienced monster behavior was my father. Not at first, as one of my earliest memories of him was being really nice and him bringing me toys to play with. As I got older, I saw the monster side. I still to this day have a hard time finding the core reason for this monster, but it showed up as abuse, physical and verbal. This monster had many triggers, like not following his rules or any perceived disrespect. As I got older and when someone else in the house mentioned it, I started to realize another one of the triggers was when there was a full moon. We had dogs and they would bark at the moon when it was full, but I also realized that the monster in my father would also come out at this time, and he would look for any reason to argue or attack anyone for any reason. This is the environment I grew up in and formed me. I learned how to make myself small, how to disappear, how to travel to other worlds and adventures through books. I developed a love for sketching and a vivid imagination. You will see how this was a blessing and a curse at the same time. There are many crazy stories I could share about my father's monster, how he would throw us out of the house and we would have to find another place to sleep, how he would portray himself as one of the nicest, most intelligent persons in public, yet come home and raise holy hell. One particular story stands out when I was a kid and was at home for summer vacation. I think my sibling had damaged either the TV remote or the knob on the TV. Once he got home, we both got whipped with an extension cable. I literally had a mark like a tattoo on my back for years. There was name calling. You were dumb, a mistake, told you would never amount to anything. All the while quoting scripture to justify his behavior and attempt to keep us in line. He was the head of the house, but not a leader, barely a provider, and definitely not a nurturer. I don't know what happened in my father's life that made him feed this monster. I don't even know exactly what it was. Some narcissism, some anger, some sense of entitlement. Maybe he was abused and was now repeating what he was taught. The interesting thing about his monster was that you could externally see the unrest that he was dealing with. He seemed restless, like he was wrestling with an internal demon, but instead of dealing with it, he tormented his family. Then again, he probably didn't have the tools to deal with his internal monster. I realize I could journal this, and I have, or unpack in therapy. I have as well. Somehow, looking back feels like watching a movie as opposed to have actually experiencing it. The above story is just one of many experienced by us, not having a clue how we would make it out of that situation sane or alive. Somehow I did. Somehow we did. If you are dealing with someone with the monster of abuse, there is a light at the end. It doesn't always feel like it, and you may feel like you may die before you see the other side. I don't think it's fair for any kid to be abused, especially by parents. We didn't ask to be here, so it's unfair to bring us here and treat us like mistakes or trash. His monster, just like the character Venom, would help to spawn monsters in each us as well. We developed monsters to help us survive the main monster. Hurt people, hurt people.